Good morning everyone and welcome to the class. We are doing the chapter election and representation, and under this chapter we have completed the chapter in the previous class, and now we will discuss the question answers which is given in your textbook. So first of all we will see that some multiple choice questions are there in your book, and the first question is which of the following resembles most a direct democracy? Direct democracy in which people take direct participation in the decision making, that is called direct democracy. So in this we will see the options are discussions in a family meeting, then election of the class monitor, and third option is choice of a candidate by a political party, and then decision taken by Gram Sabha, and the fifth option is opinion polls conducted by the media. So in this all these options, the best example of direct democracy is decision taken at the Gram Sabha, because in Gram Sabha what we find that all the members of the village, all the adult villagers are the member of the Gram Sabha, and they take active participation in the decision making process. So this is the best example of a direct democracy, okay, in which people take direct participation in the decision making process. So the question number 1 का जो सही ऑप्शन है वो ऑप्शन नंबर डी है, that is decision taken by Gram Sabha. Okay, and now the second question, it is also an MCQ. Which of the following tasks are not performed by the election commission? Election commission कौन सा काम नहीं करती है? Okay, and in MCQ you must pay attention on the question, because you have to answer which of the functions are not performed by the election commission. Many times this mistake is done by the students, that they think that they have to take that option in which it is given ki which of the action is done by which of the function is done by the election commission. So you must be attentive. The options are, the first option is preparing the electoral rolls, the second is nominating the candidates, then setting up of polling booths, implementing the model code of conduct, and supervising the panchayat election. So in this what we find ki all the acts, like we see that preparation of the electoral rolls, then nominating the candidates, then setting up of polling booths, and implementing the model code of conduct. All these functions are done by election commission. This is the function we have discussed about it. But the function which is given ki supervising the elections of Gram Panchayat, this function is not done by election commission of India. That is जो कि हमारा मेन इलेक्शन कमीशन है उसका ये फंक्शन नहीं होता है. दिस फंक्शन इज डन बाय स्टेट इलेक्शन कमीशन, अबाउट विच यू विल स्टडी, यू हैव स्टडीड इन लोकल गवर्नमेंट. जब हम लोगों ने लोकल गवर्नमेंट को डिस्कस किया था तो वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इट. तो द elections at the local level are not supervised by the election commission, okay, and that is done by the state election commission. So the answer to the second question, which option is correct? The option E is correct. And now the third question, which of the following is the common to the method of election of the members of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha? क्या चीज है जो राज्यसभा और लोकसभा दोनों के ही मेंबर्स को इलेक्ट करने में कॉमन होता है? मींस दोनों के लिए सेम हम लोग प्रोसेस अपनाते हैं. कौन सा वो एस्पेक्ट है? In that, the first option is every citizen above the age of 18 is an eligible voter. In case of election to the Rajya Sabha members, we find that citizens above the age of 18 are not eligible to vote for the members of Rajya Sabha. Members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the members of the legislative assemblies. Okay, and the members of the legislative assemblies, in order to become the member of legislative assembly, the criteria of age is fixed at 25. Minimum 25 years of age hona chahiye, then only a person can contest the election of state legislative assembly. तो जो भी state legislative assembly के member होते हैं, they only elect the members of the Rajya Sabha. And in case of Lok Sabha, all the members, all the citizens of the country above the age of 18 take part. So this is not the same in both the cases. Lok Sabha और Rajya Sabha दोनों में ये difference होता है, voters का difference होता है, who are the voters. Okay, and now the second option is that voter can give preference order for different candidate. This is also not true for both of the houses. अगर हम दोनों house के members के election के process को देखें, तो in the election process of the members of the Lok Sabha, the voters have to give only one vote. Whichever candidate they want to be their representative, they give their vote to that candidate only. But in case of Rajya Sabha, what we find that the voters, that is the members of the legislative assembly, the concerned state legislative assembly, does not give vote only to one of the candidates. They give preference. They give ranks to different candidates, as we have discussed when we were discussing the single transferable vote system. तो राज्य सभा की जो मेंबर्स होते हैं, उनको इलेक्ट करने में जो वोटर्स होते हैं, लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली के जो मेंबर्स होते हैं, उनको अपने कैंडिडेट्स को वो रैंक देते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर preferences. So this is also not true for both the houses of the parliament. Then the third option is every vote has an equal value. This is a correct answer. क्योंकि हर वोट की जो वैल्यू होती है वो सेम होती है. इफ वी सी इन केस ऑफ लोकसभा, 1 person 1 vote, एक एंड 1 वैल्यू है ना. 1 person 1 vote 1 वैल्यू. इट्स नॉट कि अगर someone is more educated or someone is having more property, then the value of his or her vote will be high. It's not like that. In our country, we have adopted this principle of 1 person 1 vote and 1 value. So this is true. In case of Rajya Sabha also, we see that the value of the vote of each of the MLAs is similar. There is no differentiation in the values of the votes. Every member has same value of the votes. Every member has 1 person 1 vote and 1 value. Concept has been adopted for this Rajya Sabha also. So this right option is C. In such situation, when we find that 2 options are wrong and the third option is true, still you must go through the other 2 options also, because there should not be any kind of confusion, है ना. तो अगर हमें पता चल भी जा रहा है कि या तो फर्स्ट ऑप्शन ही हमें लग रहा है कि सही है, यही सही है, आई एम 100% कॉन्फिडेंट, स्टिल एक बार बाकी के ऑप्शंस को भी देखना जरूरी होता है. ओके, सो वी विल सी द फोर्थ ऑप्शन. द फोर्थ ऑप्शन इज द विनर मस्ट गेट मोर देन हाफ द वोट्स. हाफ से ज्यादा वोट्स उसको मिलने चाहिए विनर को, देन ओनली ही विल बी इलेक्टेड विनर. बट in case of Rajya Sabha, in case of the members of Lok Sabha, what we find, we have adopted the FPTP system, that is first past the post system. And in this FPTP system, what we find कि we have not there is no criteria in order to being elected, है ना, कि more than half या कुछ भी इस तरह की कोई क्राइटेरिया नहीं है. FPTP सिस्टम में सिंपली ये होता है कि whichever contestant is getting the highest number of votes, he gets elected. So this is about Lok Sabha. And if we see in the case of Rajya Sabha, what we find that in Rajya Sabha there is a method, a formula. In order to get elected, a person must get at least that much of vote according to the formula. So that is true for Rajya Sabha, but not true for Lok Sabha. And then we have only 4 options. Okay, तो 4 options में हमने देखा कि जो हमारा third option है, that is correct option. Okay, and now we will see the 4th question. The 4th question is regarding first past the post system, and in this first past the post system, what we find that candidate is declared winner. That candidate is declared winner who, the first option is secure the largest number of postal ballots. Postal ballots क्या होता है? Postal ballots means जो post से ballot किया जाता है, like जैसे हमारे जो आर्मी पर्सनल्स होते हैं, they are not at their original place where their name is in the voter list, है ना, जहाँ पर उनका नाम वोटर लिस्ट में है उस जगह पे वो नहीं होते हैं, they are at some other place. ऐसे ही और भी होते हैं लोग जो कि अपने because of their nature of work, they are not living at their original place and where their name is included in the voter list. So in that situation, what is done? Postal votes are done. मतलब they can cast their vote, they can use the right to vote through post. ठीक है, वो पोस्ट करते हैं अपने राइट टू वोट को, अपने बैलेट को पोस्ट करते हैं. तो एफपीटीपी सिस्टम के अंदर क्या वो कैंडिडेट विनर होता है जिसको सबसे ज्यादा पोस्टल वोट्स मिलते हैं? नो, दिस इज नॉट अ करेक्ट ऑप्शन. नाउ द सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज द विनर इज वन who belongs to the party that has highest number of votes in the country. उसको विनर डिक्लेयर किया जाता है जो कि जिस भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को बिलोंग कर रहा है, अगर उस पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के पास हाईएस्ट नंबर ऑफ वोट्स हैं तो उसको इलेक्ट कर दिया जाता है. नो, दिस इज नॉट द सिस्टम इन द एफपीटीपी. एफपीटीपी में हम पार्टी से कोई मतलब नहीं है कि पार्टी को कितना परसेंटेज ऑफ वोट्स मिल रहा है. इट हैज नथिंग टू डू विद द शेयर ऑफ वोटिंग विच इज received by the political party. But this type of system is there in the proportional representation, in which we have seen that the party which is getting largest share of the votes, that party will have the largest number of members in the parliament. तो ये जो कंडीशन है वो एफपीटीपी में एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती है. नाउ द थर्ड ऑप्शन इज द विनर इज वन हु हैज मोर वोट्स देन एनी अदर कैंडिडेट्स इन द कंस्टिट्यूएंसी. एक सिंगल कंस्टिट्यूएंसी के अंदर दैट कैंडिडेट विल बी डिक्लेयर्ड विनर हु हैज गॉट द लार्जेस्ट नंबर ऑफ वोट्स. सबसे ज्यादा वोट्स जिसको भी मिले होते हैं कंस्टिट्यूएंसी में वो विनर होता है. दिस इज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन. क्वेश्चन 4 में हमारा जो सी है दैट इज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन. एंड नाउ वी कम टू द क्वेश्चन नंबर 5. Question number 5 is a descriptive type of question in which the question is, what is the difference between the system of reservation of constituencies and the system of separate electorate? Okay, and why did the constitution makers reject the latter? ठीक है, तो we have discussed this also in a very elaborate manner. What is the difference between these two systems? So now I am going to write down the points only. So in this fifth question, we can write the differences between the separate electorate and the provision of reservation of constituency. In this regard, I would like to tell you, this is very important, that your question, that your answer should never start with points. I am writing down points because I am not writing the whole answer in elaborate manner. Okay, when you answer the question, your answer must start with an introduction. Okay, that must contain at least 2 or 3 sentences regarding जो भी पूछा जा रहा है उसके बारे में आपका एक introduction होना चाहिए. And after this introduction, your main content will come, and that content should be in point which I am giving you. Okay, so I am not giving you the introduction. That should be prepared by you only. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो भी आंसर का फ्रेम हम करेंगे, फॉर्मेशन करेंगे, उसमें हमारा पहले इंट्रोडक्शन आएगा जो कि 2-3 सेंटेंसेस का होगा, देन हमारा मेन कंटेंट होगा, और देन लास्ट में कंक्लूजन होगा. आंसर इसी फॉर्मेट में होना चाहिए. देयर आर सम क्वेश्चंस विच कैन बी आंसर्ड ओनली इन पैराग्राफ. कुछ ऐसे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, तो they are exceptional questions, so you must try to write in points only. Okay, and introduction and conclusion must be there. I am writing down only the points, but you are not supposed to write your answer, start your answer with points. Okay, and now we are discussing this the difference between the reserved constituency and the system of separate electorate. So in this we can write down जैसे हमने first point लिखा, in this first point we will write down कि what happens in separate electorate and what happens in reserved constituency. Okay, so our first point is different communities elect different communities elect their representative different communities elect their representative by separate vote, whereas separate vote in separate electorate system. Whereas in the system of reserved constituency, all voters of the constituency of the constituency choose their representative together. This is the main difference. Okay, and now we will write the second point. Now the second point is in separate electorate. In separate electorate system, the candidates are elected. The candidates are elected by those voters who elected by those voters who belong to that particular community. While in reserved constituency, only the candidates should belong to that constituency, to that community for which the constituency is reserved. These are the 2 points. पहला हमारा वोटर्स का डिफरेंस होता है. All the voters are not vote together and separate electorate system. They vote separately. Each community के लिए अलग अलग जो उस community के लोग होते हैं वही voting करते हैं. And then the second difference is regarding the candidates. कि जो candidates होते हैं reserved constituency में, the candidates must belong to that community only for which the seat is reserved. But this is not the case with the in the separate electorate. So this is the two main difference. Other than this, we don't need to write anything. इसके बाद अलावे हम यही लिखेंगे the next part of the question कि why did our constitution maker not rejected? Why did the constitution makers reject the idea of separate electorate? Because this idea of separate electorate was detrimental for the unity of the country. It was not a method that can unite the country, but actually it was a method to divide the country. Moreover, our country is full of diversity, and in this situation, if we have adopted and if we have gone for separate electorate, that could have disintegrated the whole country. So that is why, in order to maintain the integrity and unity of the country, our constitution makers have rejected this idea of separate electorate. Okay, and now we will go to the next question. Question number 6. The question number 6 is, which of the following statements are correct? There are some statements and we have to see which of the statements are correct and which are not correct. Okay, and if the answer is incorrect, the statement is incorrect, then we have to correct it also, like by adding something or by rearranging the words. Okay, so the first statement is FPTP system is followed for all the elections in India. This is not true, because we have seen that FPTP system is not followed in the election to the members of the Rajya Sabha and then members of the Legislative Council, then the President and the Vice President. ये जो 4 elections जिनकी हम अभी बात कर रहे हैं, President, Vice President, members of Rajya Sabha and members of Legislative Council, इन सब के लिए हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में एफपीटीपी को नहीं अडॉप्ट किया गया, बट आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मेकर्स हैव अडॉप्टेड द सिस्टम ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन। ओके, तो ये हमारा ये गलत है और इसको हम करेक्ट कर देंगे ये चारों को ऐड करके। You can do it on your own. Okay, and now the second statement is election commission does not supervise panchayat and municipal election. This is a correct statement. Election commission has nothing to do with the elections of the local bodies. The local bodies elections are supervised by the state election commission. Okay, now the third statement, President of India cannot remove an election commissioner. This is incorrect, because the president can remove the election commissioner, but it can remove only when there is a process of impeachment has been started and it has been passed by the absolute majority of both the houses. Then only the president can remove the election commission of India. The president cannot remove the election commission of India arbitrarily or अपनी मर्जी से, वो कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है। ही कैन रिमूव बट फॉलोइंग द प्रोसेस को फॉलो करते हुए ही वो रिमूव कर सकता है, एंड द प्रोसेस इज ऑफ इम्पीचमेंट। सो दिस इज द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट, ही कैन बी रिमूव्ड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट। And now the next statement, appointment of more than one election commissioner in the election commission is mandatory. This is not correct, because it is not mandatory. Appointment of more than one election commission is it depends. The Council of Minister or the on paper the president will take decision regarding this कि multi member होना है या single member होना है. We have seen up to the before this election of 1989 our election commission was a single member commission, but after this before this election of 1989 it was made multi member commission. Then again after the election it was reverted back to single member commission. Then in 1993 it was again made the मल्टी मेंबर कमीशन, और फिर उस समय से लेकर के हम देखेंगे तो अभी तक ये मल्टी मेंबर ही रहा है, बट इसका मल्टी मेंबर होना इज नॉट मैंडेटरी. अगर मैंडेटरी होता तो फिर ये शुरू से होता, और उसको जब 1989 में मल्टी मेंबर बनाया गया तो उसके लिए किसी तरह का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में वो नहीं किया गया था, कुछ भी नहीं किया गया था. मतलब इट वॉज प्रोवाइडेड इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कि इट कैन बी सिंगल मेंबर और इट कैन बी मल्टी मेंबर कमीशन. Okay, so this is all, and now we have question number 7. Question number 7 is Indian electoral system aims at ensuring representation of socially disadvantaged group. However, we are yet to have even 10% women members in our legislature. What measures would you suggest to improve the situation? So this is regarding the women reservation. As we have discussed in our constitution, there is provision to reserve the seats for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes people, but there is no provision for the reservation of constituencies for women. And we see that the women are they are constituting around half of the population. They are constituting 50% of the population, but they are not getting representation, proper representation in the parliament. They are maximum they can reach 10% of the total membership, which is very low. तो अगर हम इसको improve करना चाहते हैं तो हमें क्या करना होगा? The first step we can say in order to improve the representation of the women, there should be reservation of seats for the women, जिसके लिए बिल भी आया था जो कि पास नहीं हो पाया. So there should be reservation of seats for the women. Okay, and other than this we can also do ki in order to improve the representation of women, what is the need other than reservation of seats? What can be done? We can spread the education. Through education the mind of the people is broadened and they start considering matters in a more broader way. ठीक है, तो इस तरह से अगर एजुकेशन का स्प्रेड होता है, लोगों के अंदर अवेयरनेस आती है, और जो वुमेन है दे स्टार्ट यूजिंग देयर राइट टू वोट बाय देयर ओन डिसीजन। ये नहीं कि वो उनके हस्बैंड जो कह रहे हैं वो उसके अकॉर्डिंगली उनको राइट टू वोट को अपने एक्सरसाइज अगर वो करती हैं तो फिर उस राइट टू वोट का कोई सेंस नहीं होता है। द वुमेन मस्ट हैव हर ओन डिसीजन कि वो किसको वोट देना है। और अगर एक वुमेन कैंडिडेट है तो अगर औरतें चाह लेंगी तो वो वुमेन कैंडिडेट जीत जाएगी। और अगर वो वुमेन कैंडिडेट इफ शी विंस द इलेक्शन देन शी इज गोइंग टू रिप्रेजेंट though she is going to represent the constituency only, but as a woman candidate she is going to represent the women of the country also। तो इस तरह से ये अवेयरनेस ला करके एजुकेशन को स्प्रेड करके हम सोसाइटी का जो सेटअप है उसको काफी कुछ चेंज कर सकते हैं। और ये बहुत लॉन्ग रन में होता है, इसका जो इम्पैक्ट हमें दिखेगा एजुकेशन का वो बहुत लॉन्ग रन में दिखता है, तुरंत में नहीं दिखता। तो अगर हम तुरंत में चाहते हैं कि इम्प्रूवमेंट हो तो उसके लिए हमें रिजर्वेशन ही एकमात्र हमारे सामने रास्ता है। तो इस क्वेश्चन के आंसर में हमने यही लिखना है कि वी नीड टू रिजर्व सीट्स फॉर वुमेन कैंडिडेट एंड देन देयर मस्ट बी स्प्रेड ऑफ एजुकेशन एंड अवेयरनेस अमंग द people of the country। So this is all for today. We will discuss other questions in the next class.